Previously on Criminal Minds Evolution.
Sophisticated.
You see that? Another Haberlin.
We thought these cases were connected. Now we have our smoking gun.
The unsub gathered followers that he's now activating. This is a network. Whatever city Sicarius finds himself, 2nd Street is his preferred hunting ground.
Did you come here to kill me?
I already killed you an hour ago. I just came here to watch an old man die.
I always knew it. Family's what gets you killed. Our vice is in our blood.
You are? You know who I am. You killed my sister, Allison.
Your subconscious is fighting urges to kill, which is why I'm distracting you. You talking to me is how you cope.
You think if I walk you through everything, you'll be able to stop someone else.
You're a living resource, Elias. For the sake of others, I can't just let you sit in here and not tell your story. The families of some of your victims have reached out, and they want to meet you.
It was part of your training.
What?
Your training by this government agency.
Where did you hear that?
It's in the podcast.
Welcome to the Sicarius Files. May I call you Elias?
Look at me, Brian. It's sad how pathetic I am, but you know what's even more pathetic? Someone who makes a show about it, and anyone who listens to it.
So true.
This carbonara is to die for.
I know, right?
Where's this place again?
It just opened up on 2nd Street, around the corner from my office.
Mama, look! It's my Auntie Riley.
Oh, thank you, sweetie.
It's almost time for bed now. Do you need help brushing your teeth?
No.
Okay. She gets it from her mama.
I hate to break it to you, big sis, but everybody thinks they got good taste and a sense of humor, but they couldn't possibly all have good taste.
Very funny. Yeah, I know that movie too. Is that why you haven't uttered one word about what I've done to the kitchen? The new backsplash?
Callie,
What?
those colors. What were you thinking?
Those colors announce themselves.
Yeah, they scream, I got bad taste.
Is everything okay?
It's just my mom. She fell. Again.
Is your dad home?
No, but the neighbor was able to get her to the hospital.
I know. You need to be there.
I'm sorry, babe. I'm sorry. It's getting out of hand.
There's nothing to be sorry about.
I'll call you as soon as I can, okay? Okay.
I love you.
I love you more.
Look, if there's anything you or Avery need while he's gone, do not hesitate to reach out to me. Or Jesse.
I appreciate that.
Especially if you want Jesse to replace that backsplash.
Girl.
Miss Wilson.
Yes.
Emery Joy, DA, Durham County. Can't tell you how much I appreciate you taking the time.
Oh, not a problem. And you're not the first jurisdiction to make the request.
You get my email with the case file?
Yes. Kalia Burke and her daughter, Avery, reported missing.
4 years ago, presumed dead, back when most of this area was underwater. And nobody would have ever anticipated a drought.
That's her car?
It is. And her 4-year-old daughter, Avery, was stuffed in the trunk. You all right?
Did you find Kalia Burke's body?
No.
This is also heartbreaking. But I'm sorry, D.A. Joy, what makes you think this has anything to do with the Sicarius killer?
We conducted a search of the immediate area and uncovered this. A Haberlin case.
An empty kill kit.
Same as the ones used by the Sicarius killer. Am I right?
Yes, but you know as well as I do, Elias Voigt confessed to the murders of 63 people. Kalia Burke and her daughter were not among them. So why keep that to himself?
I don't know. That's what we need to ask him.
Luke, you are a lifesaver.
I'm just glad I didn't have to rescue you from that river of water that was coming from your busted pipe.
Three inspections and nobody notices that it's about to burst.
Everything hangs on just until escrow closes.
Yep. And between the move and Henry applying to colleges, I don't know how many more disruptions he and Michael can take. I don't think I've seen him smile in weeks.
How long are you out for?
Contractor said 2, maybe 3 weeks. Oh, I don't think the boys and I can impose on Penelope that long.
Oh my gosh, hello. Hello, hello. You are here, JJ, and you are here, Luke. Earlier than I thought you'd be here.
That's my bad. I just thought that I should get settled sooner rather than later.
That makes so much sense. This is most awkward. The thing is...
No, you know what? I'm the one that said 10, and I just...
Penelope, do you have a guest?
I have a great time.
Yeah, me too.
Well, I'll call you later.
Uh-huh. Yeah, great. Bye.
Nice.
Now.
Okay, look, I know I'm the one that barged in on you, but I'm a little disappointed you didn't tell me you had a new boyfriend.
Oh, he's not my boyfriend?
No, that's Mr. Wednesday.
Yeah, Mr. Wednesday, as in there's other days of the week?
Oh, no. Saturday, and then that's it.
Oh. Wait, and you knew about this?
No, I didn't know he was going to merge into Thursday.
How is any of us to know that? Really? You know, JJ, I wasn't trying to keep a secret from you, and I know it's been over a year, but it just didn't seem appropriate for me to be, spewing about my salacious paramour encounters to a
widow. No, I get that.
But hey, starting right now, I am going to be giving you the deep cuts about my romantic encounters because we are roommates, so strap in. Get ready.
I'm a little scared, but honestly, though, thank you for letting us stay.
It is my honor and my pleasure to host you all. I have the boys' guest room is ready, and my gigantic bed, which is perfect for platonic overnights too. I'm gonna change the sheets.
Well, are you sure? Because I did bring my sleeping bag out of retirement.
Oh, no, you can save that for the weekend camping trip you're gonna have with your kids.
Oh, well, given the circumstances. That has been put on hold indefinitely.
Oh.
I'm gonna...
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
That the Giroux family needs a pick-me-up. And I have an idea if you're with me.
Yeah.
Attaboy.
After your Uncle Cyrus was granted legal custody, after your parents passed away.
You mean after I killed them?
After you killed them. How long was it before Cyrus started taking you along with him?
How long? Maybe a month. It didn't take him long to break me, and then I was his son. His servant.
Did he use you to lure his victims?
No, at first he just wanted me to help him get rid of the bodies.
You know where we are?
No.
What'd you see on our way out here?
Nothing.
Exactly. No road signs, no mile markers. That's why I picked this place.
Are they all in Durham County?
Yeah, he thought the sheriffs there were lazy and stupid.
Do you remember how many victims?
15, maybe 20.
All buried?
Mostly, we put some in the river, a couple in the lake.
Would you be able to help us locate the remains?
Well, between the lie and the elements, I was pretty sure that they'd never be found.
If you don't mind me asking, since a lot of the stuff is already part of the court record, why conduct these interviews?
You sound a little frustrated.
It's not a waste of time.
I mean, it's pretty much our whole raison d'etre, right? Analyzing behavior.
Right.
Yeah.
And we have his profile.
We do. We have his profile, but we do not know how that profile evolved. That's why we sat down with DeSalvo and Kemper and Bundy, and that's why we're sitting down with Voight, so that we can learn how Lee Duvall became Elias Voight, became Sicarius.
All right. So do you think it's possible that one day we might be able to discern some hidden pattern shared by all serial killers?
Aye, there's the rub. Well, it's my hope to discover one day the unified field theory of psychos. It might be a false hope. They're always the ones that stand out, like Voight. Maybe they are unique, their own sick snowflakes.
Unit Chief Prentice, I'd like to introduce you to Durham County District Attorney Emery Joy.
It's nice to meet you.
Same.
I have reviewed the NCBI report. Have the forensics come back yet on the Haberlin case?
Our lab is still processing.
Was any additional DNA recovered from Kalia's car or Avery's body?
No.
So you have no physical evidence that ties Elias Voight to this case?
I have evidence that begs questions that only Voight can answer. I think together we may be able to get a confession out of him.
But if Voight really did murder this mother and daughter, why hasn't he told us already? I mean, what is it about this crime that would make him refuse to take responsibility?
Well, if I'm being generous of spirit about this so-called reformed Voight that I keep hearing about, probably because of the shame he now feels for taking the life of a child.
Children don't fit his victimology.
True, but regardless, based on my professional experience, I'd say Voight is trying to ensure that he's always one step ahead of the death penalty.
He was formally sentenced to life.
He was, but I speak for the state of North Carolina, who'd like Voight himself to pay the ultimate price for his crimes.
So you think by withholding the precise number of his body count, Voight keeps an ace in the hole?
It's sure hard to put him to death if it means we might be overlooking even one missing victim.
That compromise is hard for families to accept. And it's tough to find the words to tell them.
Wait a minute. You're analyzing this cell. Every guard, every door, every vulnerability.
I'm never gonna cut it.
Oh, don't say that. Everybody's got to start somewhere, okay? Just got to practice. Just clear your mind.
You're planning on your chance to escape.
Lots of fan mail today.
$11 every damn time. That is a model of consistency.
Prison guards are paycheck players. Every day they check in, check out. They get trapped in their own routine.
Oh, maybe you put a few of them out of their misery when you get the hell out of here.
I'm not going anywhere.
Not yet.
Where would I go?
First things first.
I told you, this is where I belong. Another family member wants to come talk to me.
Of course.
They'll say they want closure.
They want to make sense of a senseless act. Your kid dies drowning. You can't ask the water. What the hell were you thinking?
No, it's not about closure. It's about guilt and suffering. It's about penance. It's the same reason why I'm putting myself through this.
Don't flatter yourself. For you, it's about reminiscence.
Your presence is being requested.
I understand why D.A. Joy is here, but he's going to be disappointed.
I agree. Voight's told us everything. I know. I've been talking to the guy for weeks. He's been an open book.
But what about the Haberlin case?
We never could independently verify how many Voight buried for himself. And he was very deliberate about who he gave a kill kit to.
Elias, this is the district attorney of Durham County.
Joy. Emery Joy.
You do your homework.
No, it's your face. It's familiar. I saw it when you were a deputy.
Is that right? Back when you and your uncle were out burying bodies?
Yes, that's right.
It sounds to me like D.A. Joy has a bit of a history with the Sicarius saga.
So Voight knows this is personal.
You think Voight knows the difference between state and federal jurisdiction?
You mean, does he realize that he's about to open himself up to a capital crime in North Carolina where they want him killed?
Of course he does.
What is it you think I've done?
Kalia Burke. Wife. Mother. Worked as a stock analyst in Friarstown. Her office was located downtown on 2nd Street. You'd know it.
You think he's fucking with Joy?
He's fucking with all of us. The question is, why?
On November 5th, 2022, an intruder was able to make entry into Kalia's home by remotely deactivating her alarm system. A struggle ensued. After that, all we know is that Kalia and her daughter Avery were abducted in her own car. It took 24 hours before anyone knew they were gone. For 4 years, we were running in circles. We had nothing.
Until yesterday when Kalia's car was found in Jasper Creek.
Well, you sure about that? Because Jasper is basically marshland.
Oh, not anymore, Elias.
Inside the trunk was the body of Avery Burke, still wearing the pajamas from the night she was taken.
The coroner said her neck was broken.
And 50 yards away, deputies found an empty Haberlin case.
You didn't need Avery, so you put her out of her misery quick. But Kalia, you took some time, I bet. And you did God knows what to her.
Wow. You missed an essential part of my MO, DA. No body, no crime. That's why I left all my victims in buried shipping containers.
One of which had been found in Yakima, Washington early in 2022. The other one you blew up right before you killed your uncle. So no more room at the inn. You poisoned Cyrus. Cops were nipping at your heels. You needed to get home to your family in Seattle. And yet still, you got that vice. It's in your blood. Which means when you were done, you had to improvise. And if not for climate change, you'd have had no body, no crime.
Voight seems awfully engrossed in those crime scene photos.
It's not like Voight to drag this out.
I know.
I hear you turned over a new leaf. Where is she?
Elias, do you know something?
I'll show you where she is. Oh, no. If you want her body, I need to take you there myself.
we're late.
Missed the fireworks.
Show's not over.
Emily, per your command, here is the whole sad history of Kalia and Avery Burke.
So NCBI never had Voight or his network on their radar until now. And at the start of this investigation, this was looking like a repeat of the Lacey Peterson case.
Right. 2002, Modesto, California, woman murdered
Pregnant woman murdered.
by her philandering husband.
And so naturally here, all eyes turned to Kalia's philandering husband.
Yeah, that would be Tristan Burke. He told his wife and his sister-in-law that his mother had fallen and she was in the hospital. Really, that was an excuse because he was gonna go canoodle with one of his paramours.
Given the circumstances, I mean, Tristan could still be good for it.
Yeah, we can't discount the kill kit.
I'm totally with you there.
We also need to get access to Tristan's digital communications, see if he was ever in contact with Voight.
Well, hold on a second. I'll give you the Haberlin case is suspicious, but we know Voight. This isn't him.
Because of victimology?
The whole thing, it's too intimate.
Intimate.
Kalia and Avery's murders are crimes of passion, not psychopathy.
Then why is Voight choosing to insinuate himself in it?
I'll put my money down on he's looking for a chance to escape.
That'll never happen.
With all due respect to the local police, Voight might see a soft spot.
This does put him temporarily but totally into DA Joy's custody. Dave, JJ, Tyler, we need to make sure Voight doesn't stray while he's on his little field trip. Tara, Luke, bring in Tristan Burke for questioning, work up a profile on him. Penelope, we need another deep dive into Voight's communications. Could we have missed something?
Absolutely, we could not have. And, okay, you got it.
One thing's for sure, it'll be good to get some fresh air.
Fuck you.
Better to let sleeping dogs lie.
I don't have a choice.
There are always choices.
Just leave me alone.
I'm just getting coffee. Though, I gotta say, you did have me thinking that just maybe... but we both know you're just yanking everybody's chain here.
I'm not. Kalia and her family, they deserve justice.
There he is! Excuse me, Mr. Boyd!
Boyd! Are there more victims?
Did you kill Kalia?
You killed my daughter, goddamn! Ah! No! Ah! No! Give him to me! What did you do with the body? Give him to me! I'll show you what justice looks like!
Sir.
Devontae,
what did they know? Sorry, it's gonna be all right.
took my baby girl.
I know.
I don't know what I was thinking. Like I'm gonna get to this guy being guarded about half the damn state?
Your emotions are understandable.
But I'm just so confused is all. Now, up until yesterday, everybody was saying Kalia's husband did it. And then they found Kalia's car and they found... They found little Avery. Now they're telling everybody that this Sicarius killer's responsible.
I get it. It's hard to process.
Well, you know, if I'm being honest, I never even wanted to admit she had been murdered. No, sir. I wanted them to keep calling it a missing persons case or like a kidnapping, because there was hope. Hope that she and my grandbaby would come home alive.
How is your family holding up?
No. It's like a godsend. My wife, she passed away from COVID. But my daughter, Riley, she ain't been the same since Kalia went away. See, she said she knew that Tristan had been stepping out and she didn't say nothing. Figured it wasn't her business. When they couldn't put him away for the murders, all she could do was just make sure he didn't get anything that was rightfully our family's property.
Do you think Riley would be willing to talk to us?
Yeah. Yes, sir. She'll help you any way she can. Just seems like every time she's ready to take a step forward without her sister, something like this just pulls her right back into the pain.
Mr. Burke, we really appreciate you volunteering to come and speak with us. I'm SSA Tara Lewis.
SSA Luke Alves. See, you know, this whole experience has been incredibly surreal, right? I mean, 4 years they tried to lock me up for killing my daughter and wife. The fact you actually dug up the truth, I mean, it's a good thing.
Actually, you can thank DA Joy.
DA Joy? Yeah. Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, the man's had a hard-on for me since day one. I mean, put GPS monitors on my car, put a wire on my ex-girlfriend. I mean, seriously trying to set me up. I was hoping you brought me here because you're investigating this motherfucker's misconduct.
You can appreciate why you were considered a suspect, right? I mean, the night that Kalia and Avery disappeared, you were...
Look, what do you want me to say? I was a shitty husband? Okay. I lied about fucking around, all right? Guilty. That doesn't make me a goddamn killer. So what are we actually doing here?
Your wife and daughter were reported missing by Kalia's sister, Riley. And then it took over a week for you to interview with the police. And when you finally did, you suggested that
No, we're not doing this.
your daughter and left you.
We're not doing this. Come on.
All right, and then it took another 7 days before you allowed a search of your home.
Yeah, well, they found traces of blood in my kitchen. So what, I'm a fucking killer and a moron?
That's not what we're saying.
Yeah, well, I'm saying I'm done here. How about that? You know, all you cops are the fucking same. You got your guy, a goddamn serial killer, and here you are still trying to lock me up in a cage. All right.
Want to make sure you get a clear shot?
Yeah, don't tempt me. Now, come on, let's go. Take me to it.
Just give me a second.
Be some trick to escape now.
Yeah, but it might not be about that.
Voight, where is she?
Not far.
We will shoot you.
The fuck you trying to pull?
Dig there.
Dig, right here.
My wife will be right with you.
Sorry for the intrusion.
You, got a job to do, right?
Didn't there used to be a bookshelf in that wall over there?
Yeah. Yeah, how'd you know?
Evidence photos?
Yeah.
I'm sorry to keep you waiting.
It's no problem at all.
It makes sense why the FBI is here, but I have to say I'm a little surprised it's taken this long.
Usually we need to be invited in, but at this point we're following up because the suspect, Elias Voigt, has victims across the country.
Voight. He's the Sicarius killer?
He is.
Did he kill my sister and her baby?
That's what we're here to find out.
Open them.
It's Kalia.
Voight knew exactly where to find her.
Hot off the presses, those remains Voight led you to are in fact Kalia Burke's. However, Voight's DNA isn't on her body or on those storage totes.
It's not a big surprise.
Oh, you want one of those? Well, guess whose DNA was slathered all over those bins? Tristan Burke's.
So Tristan has to be some sort of outer circle Sicarius network wannabe that we somehow overlook.
Calm down, Sheila. That somehow would be moi, and I overlooked zilch. I ran digital traces till the cyber cows came home. I cross-referenced that with the digital message system that Voight surrendered to us. At no place, no time, no point did Tristan contact Voight or vice versa.
I don't understand. If they weren't talking, how did he know exactly where to find that body?
I'll tell you exactly how he found that body. And it has nothing to do with him being a party to murder. He played the same profiling game I used to play with my old partner, Jason Gideon.
I'm the unsub. You think he inferred his own profile and imagined himself as the assailant?
He didn't have to infer anything. It came to him instinctively because he's a serial killer.
Right, for him, it's like the way a musician can easily pick up and play along with an unfamiliar chord progression.
Plus, he knows the burial site like the back of his hand. I mean, given the soil, there's only one logical place he could have buried the body.
That's one hell of a magic trick.
Sure as hell ain't magic.
But Voight is playing a trick. He didn't want the chance to escape so much as he wanted to use this cold case so he could be convicted in a state court and sentenced to death.
We got back our lab report on the Haberlin case, and they're saying that case was manufactured in 2023.
That's after Voight was in custody.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense to me.
It does if you're trying to frame Voight.
Frame him, he found the damn body.
Ah, JJ's right. And by Voight trying to take advantage of this cold case, he's gonna make it a whole hell of a lot harder to convict the actual killer.
Wait, maybe this was always part of Voight's plan with Tristan Burke.
It may be part of somebody's plan. Garcia, has Tristan been picked up?
Yeah, the marshals just did, and he's on his way to you as we speak.
Okay, we'll get back to you.
We're standing by.
We need to get Voight to face the fact that if he doesn't come clean, the real killer gets away with this.
Let me talk to him.
No, JJ, let me.
Hell of a performance today. Why are you here? I know you want the state of North Carolina to find you guilty and put you to death. And I swear I wish they were gonna do it.
But the problem is, that means the person or persons who are actually responsible for killing Kalia and Avery Burke will escape justice.
Yeah, I tell you, you don't know shit.
Be serious, your team figured this out.
If it were up to you and DA Joy, the report on the Haberlin case would be buried and Tristan Burke and Elias Voight would be on trial for capital murder conspiracy.
Hey, you need to tell the locals exactly what's going on here.
You do realize that if I hadn't agreed to indulge in all this, then Kalia's body would never have been found, right? And nobody ever would have paid for her death, so better Sicarius than nobody.
You can change that.
Yeah, and you can do your job. You could try reading the case file because everything you need to figure this out is right there. But if you can't do that, if you can't figure it out, then Sicarius will die for your sins.
swear to God. As soon as this shit is over, I'm suing the fuck out of lame-ass Joy and UFB fucking eyes. You watch. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, well, get in line.
This shit is funny to you.
Listen to me. You hadn't been fucking around and lying to the cops, you wouldn't even be here right now. Your goddamn DNA is all over those bins along with Kalia's body.
Yeah, okay, because they're mine. So what? I used them to move all my shit into Kay's house when we got married. They've been in the basement.
So what? So the killer stole them along with Kalia and Avery?
I don't know. It seems that way, right?
Tell me something, Tristan.
What?
Why did you get married?
Because Kalia got pregnant. And to be honest, I told her I would pay to take care of it, but she wasn't hearing any of that, of course. And then my mom found out, so I had to do right. You don't even know how many times I actually prayed to be free.
And so your prayers were answered?
No. Look, I know I'm not a good guy, but I swear to God, I'm not a bad guy either.
Honestly, I'm not sure what the hell I'm looking at here. Assuming what you said before, that this is a crime of passion, not psychopathy, then that motive still lands hard on Tristan.
Because that's what the real killer was banking on from the start. So let's think harder about this disposal site. It's remote, which means whoever chose it had to have had a lot of experience there, years.
That's not Tristan. He only moved here when he married Kalia.
He's also not the nature type.
So, if crime of passion, then real killer must be someone with an intimate knowledge of Jasper Creek and presumably as close to Kalia emotionally as her own husband.
It's got to be a family member.
No way. Come on, we've seen how much the loss of Kalia and her daughter has wrecked her surviving family.
I know. But we need to have Garcia look into their backgrounds. Hello, Mr. Faust. We're sorry to trouble you at this hour.
No. Please, come on in. Riley's right down there.
D.A. Joy just called.
We're very sorry.
Well, at least she's coming home. How may we help you?
We need to speak to Jesse.
Me? What for?
Maybe you want to come with us.
Are you serious?
What's going on?
Nothing's going on.
Jesse.
You don't understand.
No. I don't.
Jesse Poole, age 37, born and raised here in Friarstown. Carpenter by trade, but a longtime volunteer for the Forestry Service.
Spent a lot of time around Jasper.
It's not what you think.
What do we think, Jesse?
I don't know.
Why'd you run?
I'm a lawyer.
Yes. Yes, you are.
We'll have you wait right here.
No. Hey, what the actual fuck, huh? You can't leave me here with this psycho! Can you hear me? Hello?
You think this will work?
No. It's not the craziest idea Rossi's ever come up with.
I want my lawyer! Give me a fucking lawyer!
D.A. Joy, I need to talk to you.
Mrs. Poole, we understand how confusing
You can't
this
possibly think my husband had anything to do with my sister's murder.
We do.
Please.
My husband is a good man.
No, Jesse just couldn't hurt a soul. Now, if you don't think this Zacharias person is guilty, then why don't you take another look at Tristan Burke?
Oh, we did.
Somebody tried to frame them both.
Not Jesse. Why?
Yes, why? That is the question. With Jesse right now, we have 2 points of the conviction triangle, opportunity and means. What's his motive? What does he stand to gain by a double homicide?
The truth is, there are only 2 fundamental motives for murder: passion or profit. Sometimes they go hand in hand, like here.
What? Are you gonna say Jesse was rebuffed by my sister? And that he has plans to kill me too?
Well, actually, your husband has no motive. He's been loyal to you to a fault.
Over the years with the work we do, we've seen how the thin line between grief and guilt can often blur. While it seems understandable for a family member to try to minimize the reminders of the deceased, the profile of a family member in mourning suggests it's far more common for them to do just about everything to preserve the memories of their lost loved one.
This house meant so much to your sister. She had a lot of her own little touches, didn't she?
So it's a bit curious to us that the moment you took possession of it, you erased every trace of her.
From shelves in the living room to backsplash in the kitchen.
How dare you?
Where are you going with this?
Mr. Faust, do you know the reason why your wife left her grandparents' house to Kalia and not to both your daughters?
Well, that was just some... I mean, it doesn't mean anything.
And in the event of Kalia's death, the house would belong to Avery.
Now you say what you want to say, or you better shut the fuck up.
Passion and profit, Riley.
Your husband is in that back room spilling his guts. You tell us what he's got to say. He helped you murder your own sister and your precious little niece.
No.
You and Jesse tried to frame Tristan, and once you realized that lie wasn't gonna hold, I'm guessing you were the one who was listening to a popular podcast? You thought maybe a true crime twist might save you. That's why you planted the Haberlin case.
You dumb son of a bitch!
That's enough.
Riley, tell them they're wrong. Tell them they're wrong.
It's not fucking fair. Kalia got everything she wanted.
Riley.
Everything. And I got the scraps. And when Mom was dying, I cleaned up her shit. And in the end, still, she picked Kalia over me.
Riley. Uh-oh. Riley. No.
Thank you. Whatever is begun in anger ends in shame. Benjamin Franklin.
How you doing, kid?
Been better.
Want to talk about it?
Seems like all I'm doing is talking about it, actually.
How's that?
Counseling. You know, for years after Allison was murdered, I had this one singular focus: find the man who killed her and end him. And then my life took this crazy ass turn. And now I'm here, but I'm at a loss.
What makes you feel that?
For starters, even fucking Voight is a better profiler than me.
No, I told you the guy's a psycho. It comes naturally to him.
I never would have profiled Riley and her husband as suspects, never.
Because your personal experience with family is telling you blood doesn't betray blood. Obviously, it can, and it does. So all this means is you need more time to set aside your personal bias.
I see. I need to detach.
It'll take time and more reps.
What if I can't hack it?
You will.
How can you be so sure?
Because I'm a great fucking profiler.
Keep them closed. Keep them closed. Okay. Not yet. Not yet. Okay. Okay. You can open your eyes. What do you think?
Bringing the outdoors to the indoors. I mean, this is pretty cool, right?
You guys, I don't know what to say.
I don't know, it's kind of dumb.
Henry?
Kind of dumb? No way. No, it's not dumb, okay? I mean, we used to do this when I was a kid, and it's all about using your imagination, right? We're gonna pretend to sleep under the stars.
No, Henry, you're right. It is. It's a little dumb. We could have painted fluorescent stars on the ceiling. That would have made sense.
No, it's all good. It is all good, and we're gonna have a good time because we are gonna make some s'mores. We're gonna cook them over the open stove here, and it's gonna be great. What do you say?
Sure, why not?
That's what I'm talking about. Let's go, dumb. How dare you?
Oh.
Here. Dumb.
Oh.
Not so dumb.
Oh my.
Ooh, is that Mr. Saturday?
Yes. Get his days wrong.
Oh. Oh, well, you should go.
Absolutely not. Sisters over misters.
That's how
Seriously, though. Thank you for this.
Do you have any idea how many pieces of fan mail I get in here every single day?
You know that comes with the territory.
That's messed up.
Well, you'll get no argument from me there.
So, I guess I got it into my head that maybe if I got put down, these idiots would realize that I'm not a fucking hero.
That wouldn't have worked anyway.
No, it wouldn't, because parasites like Brian Garrity would turn my execution into martyrdom.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. It's still my fault. All the lives I've taken, the network of killers I put together, my trial, my confessions, it's all just evolved into social contagion.
And while you were away, saved you a whole bunch of fan letters.
It's sad how pathetic I am, but you know what's even more pathetic? Someone who makes a show about it. And anyone who listens to it.